He thought that babysitting was the easiest thing to earn pocket money, or so he thought. Mr. and Mrs. Smith introduced themselves, showed him around the house, and introduced the one he should be in charge of. Curtis was surprised to know that it was a toddler. The toddler's name was Little Timmy. When the adults had left, Curtis took a look at the little Timmy. The baby was seemingly fast asleep, so Curtis did what every babysitter would do, going to the refrigerator and helped himself with a few snacks and drinks. He then went to the sofa and used his smartphone for his own entertainment. Suddenly, his engagement with his phone was very much disrupted by a loud cry coming from the baby. He must be very hungry. Curtis started preparing meal for little Timmy, despite it being his very first time doing so. He shoved the tip of the milk bottle into the baby's mouth and resumed scrolling his phone. A few moments later, something very hard hit Curtis on the head. It hurts. It was the milk bottle and little Timmy was the one who threw it. The baby resumed crying. What is your big idea? You want me to change your diapers? I'm just a babysitter, not your nanny. I did not sign up for this. You can cry whatever you want. I don't care.
I want beer. I want you to get me some beer right now.
Alcohol is not for babies, but little Timmy cried louder and louder. Curtis felt his eardrums were about to explode and he was about to faint. He was thinking of going outside, probably the backyard, to escape the ordeal. When Curtis was about to reach the door, a loud siren was heard coming from the door. There was this knock on the door. When Curtis opened the door, several babies pounced at Curtis and pinned him to the ground. Another baby, who was wearing a police hat, approached a restrained Curtis and he pointed a gun at him.
I heard the cry and I suspect you to be liable for child abuse.
This guy refused to change my diapers.
That's a lie.
Sorry, sir, but I chose to trust this fellow because he is a baby. I hereby sentence you for a ride.
Having said so, the baby officer knocked Curtis out cold with his gun, which was made of hard metal. When Curtis regained his consciousness, he found his neck was fitted with a collar that was attached to a chain that was connected to the baby trolley. The baby was dragging Curtis across the street with a motorized trolley. This is a ridiculous and embarrassing scene. Curtis was wondering why nobody tried to save him. Curtis looked around and was shocked to see the street was filled with babies from all walks of life. They stopped by the 7-Eleven store and the baby driver, as well as his fellow babies, went to the store to buy some beer with Curtis' pocket money. They stopped by the pizza shop and ordered a few varieties of pizza, also using Curtis' pocket money. Curtis was puzzled why no one was surprised to see those babies' strange behaviors. He soon realized that both stores were run by babies. Back at the Smith's residence, little Timmy and his baby friends drank beer and ate pizza. Some watched the soccer match on TV while some played a game of poker. Meanwhile, Curtis was tied to a chair, gagged and tortured from time to time. The telephone rang. Little Timmy picked it up, then he put down the phone, telling his friends, and Intel informed him that his parents were coming home soon, so they should tidy things up and return back to his normal state. By the time Mr. and Mrs. Smith got home, the babies had already escaped through the window. Curtis had just been released from bondage. He wanted to tell the Smiths what happened but found that he was too weak to even speak. It must have been the tremendous torture and amount of sedatives that those bad babies injected him. Even so, his tattered clothes and his injuries caused by being dragged by a trolley would have been clear evidence. Curtis took a good look at himself but found that his clothes were perfectly fine and his body did not bear a single wound. Mr. and Mrs. Smith must have known a thing or two about their kid, but they just smiled and gave him some money in return of taking care of little Timmy. But it was too small to compensate for the pain and the emotional damage and the financial loss caused by those bad babies. As Curtis walked out of the house, everything was normal. No babies walking in a suit or driving a car. Curtis suddenly heard the baby's faint laughter behind his back. Hey, remember to sign up for my website and get some free reviews.